Today I am watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 4, Episode 7. Episode 6 was a big episode. We saw Oz leave. I don't know what that means, if he's going to be gone for a few episodes, if he's gone for the rest of the season. Please no spoilers. And obviously him and Willow broke up after he cheated on her in werewolf form. It was a really heartbreaking episode. Spike was back very briefly and then was kidnapped by the Taser vampire crew. I don't really know what else to call them. I'm really enjoying this season. It's definitely been interesting to see Buffy in college and, you know, that new atmosphere and what that looks like as opposed to, you know, Sunnydale High School for the first 3 seasons. So thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and check back often for more awesome content.
New bio. Exciting. Each one a mystery waiting to be unlocked.
This is a creepy start to the show.
What this large pile of ungraded papers do at 3 o'clock?
How are you gonna learn anything if you keep...
He doesn't have an office or anything? He has to do stuff in the cafeteria?
Off all the time. There's definitely something off about her.
Maybe she's Canadian.
We are a weird bunch. Yep, that's for sure. Oh, man, Buffy, you gotta get out of there.
Just saying. Would you really want to go out with her?
She's a little clumsy, but you know, we still love her. Should a TA be talking about a student like this? Oh, Spike!
Kill.
One of Spike's favorite dreams, I'm sure. Oh, zapped him. He definitely looks weak. Like he's paler than usual, and yeah. Oh god, what's this nightmare? Just trapped in this closet full of monsters? That's terrifying.
We're after look something like this.
I mean, that's pretty accurate, yep.
Candle, summon some ancient unstoppable evil, mayhem, mayhem, mayhem. We show up and kick its ass.
Why would you do that? That sounds horrible.
Where tonight?
Yeah, it looks like there was different creatures when they had the wide shot. Maybe they're all vampires, I don't know, but there's definitely not, he's not alone in there, that's for sure. Okay, what are they dropping from below? Food? Treats? Oh, blood bags, great, they let him eat at least. It's probably not his type.
It's drugged.
That's how they keep him sedated? Oh gosh. Can't even eat.
And that's when they do the experiments.
And they are?
Yeah, great question. And what experiments?
Who cares? All I know is one minute I'm running from the Slayer and the next thing I'm here.
They were all going after the Slayer.
In roll call. Osborne, Daniel, Osborne, Oz.
He's not in this class anymore.
Is that Oz's actual full name? I don't think we've heard that before.
I have to consider the whole class. If your friend can't respect my schedule, I think it's best he not come back.
I don't think that's what Willow wanted to hear right now. Yep. Oh, gosh. However, the flexible one, this Miss Walsh.
Behavior. You might try showing some.
Oh, tell her, Buffy.
You're right. A human being in pain has nothing to do with your job.
Well, going for the heartstrings on this one.
I like her.
You don't think she's a little peculiar?
I don't feel like she likes many of her students.
Yes, Mom!
I made a nice fruit punch for you and your friend. Would you boys like some?
It's like him and Giles.
Is it raspberry fruit punch?
Giles is like, it's been a while since somebody's mother made me fruit punch.
I mean, we got a little physical. Well, fully physical.
Have I mentioned I hate Parker?
The toilet seat doesn't follow you around after you use it.
Oh, thank you. Cheese and rice. It's about time somebody did that. God, that guy's a monster. Also, I feel like Riley would get fired for punching a student, but...
I just didn't like hearing him talk about Buffy that way.
Does Riley have a crush? Oh, sultry music is starting. There we go, okay.
Always the last to know.
So what you gonna do?
This guitar, I can't. It's too much. Yeah, I feel like he's faking it. I feel like Spike's too smart. Yep, there we go. Oh!
Got to go see her go.
That's what he just said. That's what he just said. Oh, he's gonna rip that guy's throat out and then go get Buffy. Oh! Yeah, Spike's not gonna stay caged up for long. Oh!
Get the serum! Let me out!
What's happening?
Look, I know where the exit is. You spring me, you're free. You don't, you're dead.
Oh, bonked him. Oh! That backfired. Yeah, he's letting all his buddies free. Oh, just the one. Okay. See you later, everybody else. Whoa! Nice save.
New plan. We split up.
He's like, you know what? Actually, I don't know you. Bye. Dives just and makes it under the door.
Oh, Riley, hi.
Hi.
What is on that teddy bear? It's like swimming goggles?
I know. See, I don't know that much about Buffy, but I'm interested in what she likes. Here, let me help you with that. Just something that'll start us talking, you know?
Do you like vampires?
Rips the still beating heart from the other, who's now a broken, hollow mockery of the human condition.
Yeah, Riley picked the wrong person to ask for dating advice.
Well, I've never courted anyone like Buffy before. I don't think I've ever met her.
Hoarded her? What is this? Friggin' 1700s?
To protect your friend. Guess, she kind of brings that out in people.
That and, you know, all the killing demons and vampires together, you know, formed a very deep bond.
She likes cheese.
Vague, but a start.
I'm not your accomplice.
No, of course not.
I'm not.
You're not.
We're clear.
We're clear.
Oh my. Okay, Riley's gonna ask how Buffy. We'll see how that goes. She's decorating her cave, making it very homely. Okay. Oh, look who walks in the door.
But you're forgetting one other thing I did. I missed you.
Really?
Gross. Yeah. That's all she needs to hear. Yeah, exactly. Now they're back together.
Little foam latte. Your blondie bear is here to stay.
Well, we're...
Foam latte, that's their nicknames?
And this time it's for good, right?
Oh, forever and ever, mon petit creme brulee. Big Daddy's home. We're gonna go wherever you want, do whatever you want, kill whoever you want.
It's a trap. Don't listen to him. He's just looking at weapons.
Me, my little mentholated pack of smokes.
They're getting weirder and weirder.
Dreaming in silence, never knowing which thought might be your last.
Oh, shut up.
Thank you, Giles. Yeah, the two of them are now, like, looking for danger.
He's good, but don't be glib. And remember, if you hurt her, I will beat you to death with a shovel.
Makes sense, yep. It's a good approach.
Hi.
Hi.
She's hanging out by the cheese. She's burning all of Spike's stuff.
No warning.
I can kill you where you stand.
She does have, yeah, that's true. There's so much slapping in this episode. Now they're just like play fighting, like, oh my gosh, these two, this is ridiculous. The least choreographed fight of the whole show. Xander's gonna accidentally stake her, I think. Oh, so much hair everywhere.
Probably already killed her. I'm not taking him back. I just want to know why it is that men always...
And Xander's like, guy needs to go save Buffy. Yes.
Work hard, apply myself, get it done.
Well, you failed extremely well.
She's trying to, yeah, make him feel better.
Any reaction is okay. Except projectile vomiting, but...
If that could be avoided.
Oh, that's a tape of some bands from last year's party. Associations?
Is it the Dingoes?
Excuse us.
No problem.
Well, there goes that. They did talk, just not what he was hoping for.
Is that necessary?
Look, I'm protecting you, buddy. I don't want to see you mooning over some freshman for the next 3 months.
What?
I like it.
What? What? Of course Riley couldn't be normal.
The strength to put up with this comedian.
What the frick? What the frick is happening?
Girl?
Initiative vocal code match complete. Special Agent Ben Riley.
Special agent of what?
Acting all Joe regular by day and then turns all demon hunter by night.
Oh, what? He's a demon hunter?
Oh, sure. Give him the gratitude.
They might be the perfect pair. Oh my god. So he's the one who kidnapped Spike. Oh my god. This episode is crazy. They're doing some weird experiments on these monsters.
She's a major.
I thought Riley was gonna be something horrible because that's usually the case when Riley, or when some guys in Buffy's life.
Situation?
Gentlemen, suit up. We have a code red.
Oh, shoot! And Miss Walsh is in it? That's Spike. Spike's escaped. Oh my god, so many things are happening! Whoa, 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 whoa. Is she even a teacher? I mean, are these students getting a proper education?
Initiative itself could end tonight.
Nobody's failing on my watch.
Glad to hear it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Riley's part of the taser crew. Miss Walsh is involved. So many things. They're going after Spike. Does that mean he's gonna figure out that Buffy is a vampire slayer?
Move.
This is a fun and unexpected twist. Oh man. Of course the Sunnydale campus has demon hunter squat team. Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. I'll flare.
And we'll come around it.
Yeah, she's gonna use herself as human bait. Oh my. A slayer and a demon hunter, I mean, this seems like a perfect pair. But I'm sure it won't be as easy as that because, you know, why would it be?
She's compromising the area.
At least she's not making crazy naked sex.
Oh my.
What would you rather eat than that?
You want to use the girl I got a crush on as bait?
I can tack a hostile.
Technically she's using herself as bait, you just don't know it.
Well, I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to you after the party. You left so fast.
This is so awkward. They're both like looking for something, you know, Spike, and both patrolling but talking to each other.
Okay. It's a free campus. Who died made you John Wayne.
Ha ha ha! He's like, as a secret agent, actually.
You know, if you were a real gentleman, then you would just leave. You would go far, far away.
They're both trying to like protect each other, but they don't know, obviously.
Buffy, as long as you're out here, I'm staying.
Well, as long as you're out here, I'm staying.
Great, we're all on the same page. Uh-oh.
See ya.
Go.
So funny. If only they knew they were working together.
Come in.
And she invited them in! Ah, frick. Frick, Willow, no!
Now I'm gonna kill you. No choice in that.
No, nope, that's not happening.
I'll scream.
Bonus.
Oh, God! Oh, God! No! Oh, come on! Willow's got enough stuff to deal with. She doesn't need friggin' Spike trying to vampire her. Get him, Willow, get him! No, 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 no! Come on! He's gotta stop doing that. It's just real uncool, man.
Happened to me before.
Maybe you were nervous.
He couldn't bite her?
Let's try again.
They did something to him that makes him unable to attack people? Oh, that's a fun trick. Oh, God. He can't bite people anymore? That's gonna make being a vampire real inconvenient.
Doesn't this happen to every vampire?
Not to me, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's like he got like a headache or something, prevented him.
Last year. It had on that fuzzy pink number with the lilac underneath.
Sounds very Willow. He's like, I was into that.
There's the bloodlust kind of cool.
I hate being obvious. All fangy and...
These two are like bonding. That's so bizarre.
You know, this doesn't make any less terrifying.
Don't patronize me.
He's like, I need to feel confident in my vampire skills.
I'm only 126.
It's like, this shouldn't be happening to me. I'm still young.
Or
bonked him. And she can leave. Exactly. She's like, you know what? Actually, I don't want to be trapped in here with you because you're a vampire.
Bag and tag it. We're gone.
Well, your freedom was short-lived, Spike.
Leave her. We
can't neglect quarantine.
Oh, God. Yeah, zip ties aren't gonna hold the vampire. Oh, okay. Oh, bonked him. Oh, God, that's gonna be a mess. Yep. Oh, no.
Stop her! She's contained.
No, she's not. No, she's not. Yeah. Oh! The flare gun right in the eye. Cheese and rice. Yeah, and he won't be able to see her. Oh, man. They're fighting each other and they don't know. Oh, right in the payphones. Oh, the old chair move.
Abort!
He figured it out by her shape and color, even though he can't see.
My implant?
The implant works. Hostile 17 can't harm any living creature in any way without intentional.
Okay, that's what they were doing. They implanted him.
We'll bag it.
Yes, you will. Dismissed.
Spike's gonna hate that. Oh man, that's huge. I wonder how long the implant lasts, if he'll figure out where it is and try and remove it.
Willow and I thought she might be able to help me on a project.
Really?
That's one way to put it, yeah. The project is you, Buffy.
Last night at the party, you wanted to tell me something?
Cue the guitar. Yeah, here we go.
Possibly even moved. Did Willow tell you I like cheese?
A little peculiar.
He's like, I feel the same way about you. Yeah. So that was my first time watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 4 episode 7. It was a great episode. I was a little worried, to be honest. Sometimes there's a good episode and then a not so great episode and they kind of go back and forth. But episode 6 a lot happened. Episode 7 was a great episode as well. We definitely saw some big things happen and I feel like some things that will affect characters going forward. Oz wasn't in this episode and we found out Oz's real name. It's a nickname for his last name being Osborne. I believe they said his first name was Daniel, so that was interesting. I don't think they've ever mentioned what Oz's actual name is. Willow is still obviously dealing with the heartbreak, and you know, I feel like that's going to be a theme throughout the next few episodes and possibly even later on in the season. Definitely still feeling the effects of Oz leaving and the breakup and everything and all of those things happening at once. And lots of shots of her just sitting in her room, you know, sad, listening to music and trying to process this. And it was especially interesting when Riley comes in and asks her for dating advice, and she gives like a very, you know, bleak and, you know, probably realistic answer of like, chances are you're probably going to break up at some point. And he was like, yeah, like that's the plan. And he's kind of this like oddly hopeful about it, but still realizes that it won't end well, but still wants to pursue it anyway. But we definitely found out a lot about Riley in this episode, and I figured he would have to be something because everybody in this show is either something supernatural or is in some way involved, especially since this college is still based in Sunnydale, and we know Sunnydale is a hotbed for this supernatural activity. So it was very interesting to see Riley as this officer in this army fighting demons, and the fact that he's like, why would she want to date me? You know, I'm just a mild-mannered guy by day, but at night I'm a demon hunter. And obviously they don't know each other's secrets, and that scene, you know, on the bench was so funny just because the audience knows what they don't know, and it's funny to watch them see and try and like, well, you should get out of here, it's kind of scary. And Buffy's like, actually I can take care of myself, and just obviously playing into that situation and trying to protect each other. And it looks like those secrets might be coming out as Buffy and Riley were fighting, and then Riley stopped when it looked like he recognized Buffy. His eyes were still adjusting and couldn't see clearly after that flare gun went off, so I feel like that's why he stopped, as he recognized her. So maybe he knows that she's, you know, has these fighting skills, doesn't necessarily associate her with being a possible vampire slayer, but she definitely has, you know, advanced martial arts skills and can, you know, fight off people trying to attack her. But I don't think Buffy has any clue that Riley's involved in this stuff, and whether he tells her or she finds out what that looks like, and whether it'll be bonding for the two of them, as obviously she is a vampire slayer, and if she finds out, okay, this guy's, you know, a demon hunter, we can work together and, you know, present a united front. Maybe Buffy will be a bit relieved. Like, I feel like she feels this pressure because she has to keep doing this because she's the only one doing it. So maybe if she knows that actually it seems like there's a very well-funded, group of people who are out there taking down demons and monsters and other creatures, maybe then she can take some pressure off herself to not be out slaying and patrolling all the time and try and take a step back, even if she took like a month off or whatever that would look like. But much like, when Kendra and Faith were involved and she had that other slayer, and if she finds out that there's this whole other, operation out there doing this, then maybe she'll feel a little bit better and won't feel the need to put so much pressure on herself. It might be the perfect dating situation for Buffy. We don't really know how she feels about him. She definitely said, he's peculiar, and he obviously said the same thing about her. If they found out that they both, have this secret, like I said, maybe that would bring them closer together, and it might be, the perfect match because they would have so much in common. She wouldn't have to hide anything. She could talk to him about it, and, they'd be able to connect on that level. So yeah, I'm very curious to see where that's going to go, if he's going to actually, ask her out on a date, what that looks like, if they'll start dating. When we first saw Riley, scan through that wall on the fraternity house and go down into this lab or wherever they were, and I was worried that he was going to become something evil, because that's usually how it goes. Usually if there's somebody in Buffy's life that she starts to get close to, we find out, they're a vampire or something else, and there's usually some kind of hindrance. This seems to be something that might actually benefit her, which makes it feels like a false sense of hope. I'm very concerned about it. I don't want to fall into this trap of getting my hopes up and thinking, okay, this could work, because that's happened so many times in the show. As soon as a character is happy, the rug gets swept from underneath them, like just what happened with Willow and Oz, obviously. So I was not expecting this twist to have him be, actually one of the good guys and out there fighting demons. And we found out Miss Walsh is involved as well, which makes sense, why her and Riley work together. They don't have to keep secrets from each other. And as far as we know, Riley is only a TA for Mrs. Walsh. We don't know if it would be for other teachers or anything like that. They're obviously also working on this together, which is interesting thinking back on the werewolf episode with Oz, how she thought they were dogs, which I now feel like she was just saying to, try and warn off Buffy, and maybe she actually knew that there were werewolves out there. So yeah, it was definitely interesting how everybody knows something, but nobody's really talking to each other about it. And the fact that she's still Riley's boss, in this organization, and she's still telling him what to do. And even though he seems to be like a higher ranking soldier in this army, and obviously we got to find out more about this organization that's been, capturing vampires, and that's kind of been playing in the background, this whole season. So it was great to learn more about that. I wasn't sure when we would learn. Maybe it would be like the end of the season, but I like that they introduced them, not quite at the halfway point through the season, but getting to that point and having them, introduce each other and learn about them, and seeing Spike trapped there. And Spike has this implant now, which is crazy. And I feel like that's a huge thing. Like, I feel like that's going to affect his character for the rest of the season. I have no idea. Please no spoilers, but this seems like a character altering event, much like, when Angel lost his soul, not to the extreme of that. For Spike not to be able to hurt a human or bite anybody, and, he was trying his best to attack Willow. It looked like he almost had a headache or something, like he was grabbing his head and said his head hurt. So they obviously did something to him while he was there, and that's their plan. That's what they're doing to everybody. And they had them all, laid out on these medical experiments and doing different things to them. So I'd be very curious to find out if they have other intentions, if they're just there to, trap demons, prevent them from hurting people. And then Spike seems to be the only one that's escaped, and they seem very concerned about that, obviously. And he's like, don't worry, I'll get him. And if Buffy would help Riley possibly down the road to capture Spike and what that would look like. But yeah, it's definitely interesting to know that they're not necessarily killing the demons, that they're capturing demons and putting implants in them, and seems to be more of a scientific research aspect. Like Miss Walsh had that, white lab coat on. So yeah, I'm very curious to find out if they're doing other experiments, what that looks like. I'm glad they're, trying to prevent these creatures from going out and hurting people, and maybe they are killing off some of them. He said, basically anybody who leaves that cell doesn't come back. Maybe after the experiments they're changed completely. Maybe, you know, Spike was just phase 1 of the experiment and we never got to see the rest of it. Who knows? But yeah, it was definitely interesting, and Spike's just such a crazy character. I love seeing him in the show, but he's just insane. But I think he also adds an element to the show that we don't get from other characters. So yeah, it's always interesting to see him on screen. And that scene between him and Willow after, I feel like we all know what that scene was trying to emulate. Another situation, and how Willow's like almost being nice to him and like they're being friendly almost, until she remembers like, oh, I can leave, like I don't want to be trapped in here with you, you're a vampire, I want to get out of here. She was trying to like comfort him. So yeah, it was definitely interesting to see them be more friendly, and she's like, I'll do a spell, you know, like trying to appease him. And Willow's always just so sweet, and yeah, it was definitely interesting to think of the two of them being friends. And of course she invites him in before she sees who's on the other side of the door, because someone's just knocking on her dorm room, and she assumes, you know, it's somebody not Spike basically, and then it's too late and he has access to their dorm room now. And I'm like, well, that sucks. But if he can't bite anybody, again, like what is he gonna do? Like I feel like that's what Spike enjoys most about being a vampire. Even before then, he's like, oh, Willow, I'll turn you into a vampire. Like, you don't have to stay dead. If he can't attack people, like, he's still terrifying. But then what is he gonna do? Like, is he gonna be, you know, drinking blood bags like Angel was? Curious to see the repercussions of what this means for Spike and the rest of his very long, probably vampire life. He's like, I'm only 120 years old. That was, you know, the biggest takeaway, other than, you know, Riley being part of this group as well. But I feel like this goes past this. Like, I feel like Spike's character is now forever changed, and like I said, maybe he'll figure out a way to take it out. What does that look like? Yeah, it's a very interesting concept, and I think just a huge change, and how it's going to affect, you know, a major villain that's been in the show for seasons now, and what that outcome is going to look like, how he's going to cope with it. Yeah, I don't think we've seen, you know, the last of that. Giles and Xander weren't in this episode much, but even they said that they're like, well, Buffy doesn't need us, and Xander makes a joke about summoning something horrible just so they can defeat it, and then they inadvertently end up saving Buffy because they realize through Harmony, you know, burning Spike's clothes, that Spike's back in town. So it ended up working out, and you know, Xander is able to get that message to her. But yeah, I just feel like they're trying to find ways to incorporate them, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It was funny to see Xander and Harmony try and fight each other. It was just so awkward and so ridiculous. There was definitely some funny moments in this episode. Overall, I thought it was a great episode. I'm very curious to see what the next steps of this will be. I feel like this was just, you know, the start of something. Obviously we know more about Riley now and about Miss Walsh, and that Spike now has this implant that prevents him from hurting people. Definitely don't feel like that's the end of that storyline. That's gonna be, you know, a huge part of his character moving forward. Harmony was back. I don't know if she'll be back more regularly, and sadly Oz was not in this episode. Please no spoilers. I hope he makes a return. I don't know when that would be or if that would be, but yeah, it definitely wasn't the same without him. And I like when they do episodes that aren't necessarily, you know, monster of the week, but focus more on the characters and we learn more about them, as Riley's been, you know, in the background for a few episodes, and we've seen him, you know, since the start of the season when Buffy went to college. It was definitely interesting to learn more about him, and obviously that'll make, you know, scenes that he's in a lot more interesting, and if him and Buffy start dating, what that looks like. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Just trapped in this closet full of monsters? That's how they keep him sedated? Great question. And what experiments? I don't feel like she likes many of her students. Somebody's mother made me fruit punch. Hoarded her? What is this? Friggin' 1700s? Foam latte? That's their nicknames? She's hanging out by the cheese. Special agent of what? Is she even a teacher? I mean, are these students getting a proper education? You can't bite people anymore?